Welcome to the third and final game of TC.Sad versus Esti. Efiu. The series is tied up 1-1, and despite Thundercats' dominant performance in Game 1, Efiu rallied together and just displayed an incredible amount of force. Thundercats didn't stand a chance that whole game. Czech was dominated. That lone druid never even got past his brief Basilius. But Efiu still respecting the Outworld Devourer, and perhaps Thundercats will respect the lone druid, or sorry, will respect the Death Prophet or the Dragon Knight of ST. Those heroes played an extreme impact, or even the Lich of McKnight. So there's a lot of heroes on the table for both teams to think about. Efiu certainly don't want to hand Sven over to Thundercats once again. Before the game begins, though, I do want to thank everyone who is watching. I really appreciate the viewership, and I'm glad you guys enjoy my casting so much. Hopefully, this, isn't just a hobby and will become something, but thank you once again for watching. I really do appreciate it. And now we're waiting on that next ban from Thundercats. It's taking a little bit of time. Maybe they want to take out the Death Prophet, or maybe they think we have first pick, we should grab the Death Prophet for ourselves. And yep, they are going to remove that Death Prophet. It is a respect ban, but it's also just a good hero to have banned out. So far the draft has been very similar. The bans, anyway, have been very similar to the last few games. Omni Knight removed, and OD removed, and now Death Prophet.
10 seconds remaining.
So I think Thundercats they played a draft that was so different for them, and I don't think it fits their style. I think they should put it just didn't feel like they were comfortable. Especially Czech felt very, very, very uncomfortable on the lone druid. But we'll see if they kind of maybe find something that he's a little more comfortable with. In the Darkseer move, Carwizzle played that hero to that's probably his best hero that I've seen him play. And Earth Spirit immediately picked from Thundercats, a hero that they used really well in Game 1, but was banned out in the second game by Thundercats, actually. They probably didn't want to give it away. So STFU, let's see where they're going with this. I mean, they could open with like a Witch Doctor, who's been picked up in the first phase all 3 games now. We could see if the Void makes a comeback. Maybe Batrider has been banned out very often, but they're going to grab the Spirit Breaker, who's also been banned out almost every game. A hero Thundercats I think are very afraid of has now finally made it through the draft. Let's see if what's their second pick going to be? They could open with that Witch Doctor. They could grab an Invoker for themselves. Maybe a pocket pick. This is the third game. There's going to be no holds barred, and these teams aren't going to be pulling any punches up against each other.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Man, STFU, what do you want? If they want to go aggressive, I think I would really like some... I mean, I would like Chen, but I kind of doubt we're going to see a Chen. They could grab the Bat. I think Bat would be awesome for them. Like, the pressure on the map from a Batrider and a Spirit Breaker is just almost insurmountable sometimes. The fear of being lassoed, charged... That's terrifying and could create a lot of problems for Thundercats. But with Vengeful Spirit still in the pool, then it's something that they'd have to think about. But they're going to go with the Lich instead, a hero that they use really well that almost certainly would have been banned out in the second phase by the Thundercats. Maybe STFU deem it first pick worthy, and now this support duo of STFU, unless it is an offlane Spirit Breaker, going to be creating a lot of pressure on the map. So that's something STFU did really, really well last game and failed to do in the first game, and because of that, Thundercats was able to run away with the game. I think Thundercats are better players in the late game. From the way I've cast them, they always pick these hefty late game carries like Lone Druid, the OD and Sven, Morphling, Medusa. And if you can prevent them from getting to that place, their comfort zone, then you can really shut them out like we saw in the last game. But Thundercats going to grab a Lion, so these support duos are extremely aggressive. Thundercats are going to be making sure that they can protect their cores, and by protect, I mean kill the cores of ST. Alright, let's see, this next ban. I think if Thundercats want to continue being aggressive, they should probably ban out, like, I think Faceless Void because he's kind of hard to kill, but with their draft, they could kill Faceless Void. Not something they need to really worry about. Heroes to be feared. I think Esti need to be anxious about a Gyrocopter, just because it's such a strong early game here. Ooh, Juggernaut would be really scary. Thundercats would be really good with a Juggernaut. It can fight really early and it scales decently, and maybe they want something like that. Like, Gyro and Jugs are similar in the sense that they can fight really well really early, but they scale decently. They're not like they don't scale like a Medusa or a Spectre, but they do scale well enough that it's not going to be anything like, they're not going to fall off. They're not like a Skywrath Mage who just stops existing after the 30-minute mark, you know. But Bounty Hunter removed, so I think that's okay. I don't think it was going to be picked this game. I don't think it really fits, and we've actually seen Bounty Hunter fall off quite a bit because the laning phase gets shorter and shorter as this patch goes on, it seems, in favor of early Deathball, early team fighting. And Bounty Hunter was a great roaming support during the laning phase, but doesn't contribute enough into team fights in order to kind of transition well in this meta. But we still occasionally see him, and Thundercats certainly fear him, and I believe Esti have banned him a couple times as well. So Esti have a lot to think about. I mean, the AA they could ban. They banned it out last game despite not having very much healing. But all the supports have been picked, I feel like. So now they need to ban out cores. But yeah, Esti going to take out the AA. Maybe it is an offlane Spirit Breaker and they want like an Oracle. And Oracle just trashes Oracle gets trashed by AA, I should say. And I mean, okay, STFU want Oracle, and then Thundercats run a mid Earth Spirit. And Zeus banned out. This hero is actually very, very prominent up at the higher levels of play right now. He's grown rapidly in his popularity. Let's sit here and think. How's this game going to go, though? I'm very excited. This is an exciting climax. I'm very happy to see it go to a Game 3. And maybe Thundercats aren't quite as happy to see it go to a Game 3 after the Game 1 performance, especially after a Game 2 like that. But for the rest of us, it's just more good Dota to watch. And now STFU thinking about this final ban. They don't have that much control, so maybe banning out like a Morphling or a Weaver or an Ember Spirit might not be a bad play, because they don't have, like, they'd have to draft mids and stuff that could deal with it, but now they just take out the Invoker. It would be annoying. So STFU, they've got this next pick. I think they could go with like a Juggernaut for themselves. I think Juggernaut would be a really, really good hero for either team. Like, Juggernaut plays very well against Lion and Earth Spirit. Can spin dodge Lion's Earth Spike. Can spin out can just see the rock coming. Can spin out from it. So, and it would provide more early pressure and would let them push a bit better with the healing ward. And with the AA band, then maybe that's why. But they're gonna go with the Puck themselves. I actually was thinking about this. So Puck has made a comeback, and it would have been great for Thundercats or STFU. Now Thundercat support duo is gonna have a harder time. If Puck is fast, and I believe it's Konomi who will be playing. If Konomi is fast, with his phase shifting when he gets ganked, he'll be fine. But if he gets hit by any control whatsoever, he will die. The duration of the control, the burst damage of just the support duo is too much. So Thundercats, I would like to see them grab a Juggernaut here as a response. It's good against the Puck. You can spin out of the Dream Coil. Good against Lich because it doesn't get hurt by the Chain Frost, and it's okay against Spirit Breaker. So I think Juggernaut is one of the best carries that Thundercats could pick, but they're going to grab, that's probably their off lane, they're going to grab an Undying, so definitely going all in for this early fight, and again, the Juggernaut would be happy and at home there. Gyrocopter, also not a bad choice, but Gyrocopter might be a really good choice for STFU, because that's another carry that just needs like 1 or 2 items and can ball up and push. Like HOD, SNY, or not even HOD, I would like to see HOD, SNY, and then go for BKB, and then he can fight really well. But you have to win early with that kind of build, because you don't, again, Gyro does not scale that well. But as for offlaners, Faceless Void would be a good pick for them. They have the Lich again. That Chain Frost into Chronosphere is just gross, but they're going back for the Dragon Knight, and it's safe lane once again. But Thundercats have a much better draft at punishing the safe lane, and that's actually something Thundercats have failed to do in all of the games so far. They have not managed to pressure the STFU's safe lane whatsoever. In last game, that proved to be a critical error because their own safe lane got shut down completely. Alright, Thundercats, I want to see a Juggernaut.
seconds remaining.
But they could go Gyro too. I actually think I like Gyro more now because the call down is really good against the Dragon Knight, but they're going to go that hefty carry that I mentioned that they like in the Medusa. So now they need a big tempo controller in the mid lane. Queen of Pain is a good choice because there's not a ton of lockdown for her. Oh, well, okay, that's not true. There's the Spirit Breaker and there's the Puck and the Dragon Knight, but she is still a pretty slippery hero. And with good ward coverage and good support rotation, she'll be just fine. And the pure damage will really hurt the Dragon Knight. She can make plays around the map, create tons of space for Medusa. Because if they could fight 4v5 with a Queen of Pain every time her ult was up, especially if I would like to see her go like Ags BKB as her first items. Because then she doesn't have to worry about all this crowd control, and she can just spam that Queen of Pain ult and get tons and tons of kills. And alright, now we're waiting on this next ban. Efi should ban out like these tempo controlling mid lanes, and they take out the Shadow Fiend, who is a little bit of a tempo controller, but not terribly so. I don't think we would have seen the Shadow Fiend here from Thundercats. It doesn't offer enough for them early game. When all of STFU are going to get 1 or 2 items and be ready to go, they need something like the Queen of Pain, who can really slow down the push. And it's unfortunate that they banned out the Zeus, because that would have been very, very good for them here. It would have struggled in the lane, but once if he survived the lane, if Zeus could have survived the laning phase, it would have been a really good pick. Thundercat should ban out an offlaner, like the Faceless Void is a safe ban. Darkseer is already banned. Maybe Clock, but he's not popular. But they're going to take out the Veno of Levexis. They're respecting that. And now STFU looking for their offlaner. They could go they could all just go the Void. I mean, they have that combo already, and it fits their blue strat. I mean, the Dragon Knight already broke it, but there's Lone Druid if they want that offlaner, but that's very greedy. They could go an Enchantress, but it's not going to be a happy Enchantress game up against an Earth Spirit and a Lion and an Undying, who are just going to do so much magic damage and rip her to pieces. And they're going to go a Phoenix. Now that's a fun offlaner, and actually, Thundercats don't have great ways to kill that egg. They're also very squishy heroes, and their right clicks are going to do pretty much next to nothing from the fires, thanks to the Fire Spirits. I wonder if he's going to be going like the max swoop, which is Icarus Dive and Fire Spirits build, or if he's going to get early points in the laser to start pushing early. I prefer the max Icarus Dive plus Spirits, because then you do just incredible amounts of damage. Absolutely incredible amounts of damage.
5 seconds remaining.
So Thundercats, I think they should go Queen of Pain, maybe a Templar Assassin. She's got good uptime. I really just like the Queen of Pain the most for them. I know Snarf plays a really mean Queen of Pain, but they're going to go Razor. And this is okay because it's ready to fight early. And it's actually going to be a mid Medusa. That was something I think I've seen them do once, and I should have mentioned it. But that's, I mean, unless they put Check in the mid lane and move Snarf onto the Medusa. So it's going to be interesting. They really don't have answers to this Phoenix Egg, but if it goes super late, STFU's heroes aren't notoriously good at scaling. And honestly, up against the Medusa, that's just the #1 thing you have to think about, is how well do we match up in the late game? Can we end this game before it goes late? And I think Esti certainly have the draft to do it. But they have to hit some critical timings. Blink on Puck, Blink on Dragon Knight, Phoenix level 11. And now let's see if Thundercats are going to be able to survive this final game in this best-of-3 series. Last game was a slaughter, but Thundercats showed in Game 1 they're more than capable of winning. And if they take this, they still have their chance at repeating another victory in the Ad2L, but STFU might be ready to steal it from them. Then we have Carwizzle playing the off-lane Undying Check on Razor. Madkiss on the Lion. Snarf on Medusa, a hero I know he enjoys playing in Ribs. On the Earthsphere, he played so well in Game 1, but will he play it well enough? And we've got Konomi on the side of STFU playing Puck. McKnight on Lich, Levexis on Phoenix, Knight Errant playing the Spirit Breaker, and Kessler on Dragon Knight making a repeat performance of last game. I feel like I only said 4. No, I got everyone. Alright, so it looks like there's that ward coming out. This will spot out any pulls just barely. Just if he walks through this way to pull. If he walks through this way, he'll not get spotted out, but it does spot like pull throughs, which is the important thing. And it will spot if he's getting ganked from here. So it's like a little bit of a skirmish here. Nothing quite started, but Mystic Snake is a very scary spell at level 1. He started the Earth Spike. They have the Rolling Boulder and the Orb of Venom. This was just the start of the first game, so nothing new, nothing terribly surprising, and this should be a... Oh! Fantastic steal from the Phoenix. The Vexus, what a cheeky bugger. Stealing the Bounty Rune, and both Bounty Runes now going in favor of Thundercats. That's gotta be a demoralizing blow. Will they be able to rally to that? And it certainly hurts them in the mid lane and gives Phoenix an awesome start to this game. So great play at Efiu, already off to a good start, and they're running Snarf into the safe lane now. They moved him up to the carry role. He has been playing for most of the season. We'll see though. Actually, I do not know the exact stat, but I do know teams that get both Bounty Runes actually have a higher win rate. We'll see. Levexus is going to have a kind of rough lane at the start. But with McKnight here, he should be okay. He's got Swoop ready, so not in any real danger. This doesn't do enough damage, does it? Actually, if he had been hit by that right away, he could have been in serious trouble. But these lanes, let's see how they go. I think Carr should be okay down here. And this is actually a pretty rough lane for the Dragon Knight. Just the Strength Steal. But oh, actually, it's a double melee lane. It's going to be real rough. And it's 2 Strength Heroes. So this is a great lane for Carr, and could be problematic, especially if there's a rotation, because he could just drop the Tombstone and some decays, and they're gonna have a hard time running away. The mid lane, though, I think this is a fairly even lane. Maybe late as the lane progresses, slightly favoring Puck, but right now it will favor the Razor, who can just out trade. But if Puck gets his just can spell, actually, you know what? This is a Razor favored lane, just very slightly. It's if either one of them gets a gank, then they'll survive or get a kill or what have you. So Snarf farming up okay, only 3 last hits right now, but his supports are doing an alright job controlling this lane. And Carr actually getting a fair bit out of this lane. Haste Rune on the Earth Spirit. He really wants Puck, but I think he's seen. Yeah, they know he's there. He's not going to be able to get anything. There's a Phase Shift ready, a Waiting Rift, and a Jaunt, so I really doubt there's going to be any kind of kill there. Maybe he just wants to try to go top, find something from there. Be hard-pressed to do that, though. I mean, can get some right-click rest, but not even that. Just unable to find any real potential with that. And Carr needs to be careful. He's getting low. No mana, but does have some charges. There's a Dragon Tail, but not going to come out. He has to get right up to him to cast that Dragon Tail. CS Kessler again doing a very good job on his CS, but not as well as he did last game. The CS is actually pretty good across the board. Check doing pretty well here. But I mean, this Dragon Knight is he's terrifying. Like the way Kessler played it last game was very good. He'll be going a Blink Dagger to just control the pace of this game. I think the problem with this Razor pick is I feel like it doesn't do enough for Thundercats. Like I feel like they want to do a lot with these 3 heroes want to do a lot, but it feels like the Razor won't. I think you should go early mech into S and Y, and then they should just group and push. Maybe the Undying goes the mech, or they go the late game focused Undying where you rush the Ags. But we'll see. So this mid lane is pretty... Wow, Puck actually has no CS. Konomi is very poor. So things going very, very well for him right now. Or going very, very well for Check in the mid lane. So that Mystic Snake doing some good work here, and Snarf just going to farm up this pull camp. But McKnight's there too. This Phoenix had a great cheeky swoop steal, but it's only level 3. It's actually, you know what, level 3 before 4 minutes in the offlane is very good, but Carr having a better time in terms of both CS and levels, but looks like they TP'd up this Night Errant. Looks like they're going to go try. I don't know about this. They have some burst, but the sustained damage is just so much, and uh-oh. Snarf getting charged up. There's one. The Fire Spirits and the swoop doing a lot of damage. The kick catching 2. Good kick, and so they're just going to back off, but they need to be careful here. Levex is already charged, and not going to follow up from that, and everyone forced to use their regen, and I think Snarf healing up, so yeah, everyone pops their regen, and now this is going to be a try situation that I think actually favors Thundercats. I think Thundercats do a great, have a much better, do great in this tri lane. So Kess, let's see, let's bring in probably wards to him. Yeah, it was a ward or maybe a clarity or a TP. Snarf has something on the way. Maybe an Aki ring. Yeah, that's just a completed ring of Aquila. Razor might be going Aki ring. It's just good stats. Like, I mean, I know Medusa already has one, but the stats are good. He would like the mana regen for himself, and uh-oh. Looks like I missed the first blood. That looked like it was actually a solo kill from Kessler onto Carr. I did not expect that at all. That's very bad for this Thundercats lineup who, I mean, Kessler off to a great start again. 25 CS and now first blood. This Medusa might not even get started before the game goes away from them. Uh-oh. Charge onto check. He needs to be careful, but the charge is a long way off, but he's still hanging in his mid lane. He's very low. Is that Jaunt going to come out? He's going to need to do it if they want to get that kill. And uh-oh, it looks like check will be going down, and the cooldown just coming off from the Waning Rift, and that's a popped Razor, and back to the Endless Maze he goes. So that's really bad for this mid lane. I mean, it's still okay because he's way more CS than the Puck, and is still like got a good bit of XP lead, but that'll be negated a tiny bit from the kill. And now an invisible lion roaming around. That could be a big deal. Pause now. So let's see what's gonna happen here. There's audio issues on the side of Thundercats. Alright, so let's check the state of the lanes. Levexis is off to a really good start, and he is going the max DPS. This is the full kill Phoenix. I think if you're supporty, you should go the Sunray, but I much prefer to see this build where you ignore Sunray till these are maxed, because this is a great spell late game. Because everyone's health is like really high at that point, so the percents mean more. But early game, it just doesn't feel like it's that useful. Alright, so Kessler, I mean, once again, just showing off, having a great show this game. I think this Undying needs to start rotating. Like, he's so important. Like, if Thundercats group up really, like, and I mean really early, like, I mean before Esti have anything and claim 1 or 2 tier 1 towers with just the pressure the Undying can provide, then they can win. Just, like, use the Tombstone, use your Lion, use your Earth Spirit, and just go crazy. But it looks like Madkiss has a bunch of runes and is in the mid lane, but not quite going to be able to get anything. It's like Czech was trying to get something on Konomi, but unable to find something. Snarf all alone up here and might need to be a little anxious. There's a lot of like, if he gets charged with a Spirit Breaker, he'd very easily die. Kessler, unfortunately, nope, does actually manage to hit that decay. Did not quite look like it, but did manage to get it in the end. So Thundercats off to a rocky start, but certainly not an insurmountable game. They have an awesome teamfight combo, and the later it goes, the better it is for them. But I think they're just at a disadvantage until like the 30-ish minute mark, depending on how they play. Okay, so the Medusa is the most important hero on the map, and her farm isn't bad, but I don't think they need to. Okay, are they stacking for her? No. If they were stacking like ancients and just the camps for her, then it would be much better. But a charge coming in, Undying, he just dies. He pops that ult in a moment of panic and will go down. So very unfortunate. Carr off to a really rough start, and Kessler just living the dream, man. In the mid lane, Razor needs to be careful. Lich is here, but doesn't look like anything's gonna come of this. Razor pops the ult, silence, and the kick does connect. But do they have the damage? No, I don't think so. Without the Lion, and uh-oh. Dream Coil committed. Night Era is here. Chet gets bashed out of the Dream Coil and now stunned up, and Chet will go down and 17%, more like 100%, and there goes your Razor. So 4-0 in favor of ST, and their draft is a very snowbally one. Thundercats need to stop the bleeding. Their Medusa just isn't getting enough. The Vexus is off to a wonderful start. I wonder if he's going to go the Midas. A lot of Phoenixes will get a Midas because it's just such a good item for them. Is this tower been pressured? Not really. I'm kind of surprised he didn't pressure the tower with his Elder Dragon form up. The levels of the supports are just not there for Thundercats either. The Earth Spirit and the Lion just aren't high impact enough just yet. And again, I think Carlozel should rotate. It would be a very, like, the Tombstone in some of these fights, like that fight that happened in mid lane, would have been really scary. A Soul Rip, Decay, it would have provided a lot of strength to his team. So Thundercats, the last season's champions, kind of letting this game slip from them. It's only 8 minutes in. It could very quickly turn. One team fight's all it takes. And then, again, there's a Medusa in the game. Can't just counter. But Konomi actually does not have that much farm. Pretty far off from a Blink Dagger, an item that Konomi would really like to have. Once the Blink comes out from the Puck and the Dragon Knight, then things get really scary for Thundercats. Right now, these 4 kills are like, yes, it's rough, but it's not going to be anything really, really, really terrible. But, uh-oh. Snarf getting charged up. Are they going to get him? Nope, they cancel the charge. He gets text. The stun comes out on 1. A silence onto Konomi, though, and Night Errant could be in trouble. Undying is finally rotated. Tombstone on the ground. Dream Coil committed. He can jaunt away, so this Puck should be just fine. Maybe not, though. The Vexus has his ultimate. Needs to be real careful. He's swooping in to try to find it, and he gets one. He actually manages to get a pretty good Fire Spirits. The attack speed is too low. He should be able to get reborn pretty quickly. Right for now, a 1-for-1 trade, but Esti with the Vexus, all of his cooldowns up, and the damage of this Phoenix is not to be underestimated. He hits one, but is he going to go down? He needs to swoop, try to find the burn. And he manages to jump away to safety just in the end. But that Mystic Snake, no, not quite enough damage. Barely surviving. Konomi on 10 health. And Ribs dodging those Fire Spirits and just barely able to survive. So a 1-for-1 trade. Probably, I think if it's 1-for-1, it favors Thundercats just because they're behind. And man, so unfortunate they weren't able to find just 1 or 2 more kills off these low health heroes. But Kessler at bot didn't rotate and now closing in on that Blink Dagger. He's so close now. Uh-oh, TP coming out from Night Errant. Should be fine. Not quite fast enough on that stun, so... Got a little deep, but he's just fine. And again, Snarf just not doing enough, but God, that Mystic Snake hits so hard! Actually, the math on Mystic Snake is max damage. It can do up to 550, I believe. So, basically, across its full duration, it does about 2,000 damage. And Snarf getting charged up should be okay. They're kind of far back, but the swoop comes forward. A TP coming in. Yeah, I think he's fine. A stun on 1. Mystic Snake flies, but just the first hit. Uh-oh. Kessler, so he has a Blink Dagger. Snarf could be in trouble, but Kessler doesn't really want to go forward. They don't have a Lich Ult. Lich is only level 5. No Urn charges either, so this could be a dangerous fight without Supernova too. Unfortunately, the Elder Dragon form has been committed. And now Charge going in on the mid lane. Someone's going in on check. But no Blink Dagger on Konomi means they can't get like a jump and a Dream Coil and a combo. So unfortunately, not going to find that kill. But with the Blink Dagger finished on Kessler now, things get really rough. He could be making plays all over the map. And this Lich, man. Once he hits 6, things get really scary for Thundercats, who are really far behind at this stage of the game. And we'll see the gold lead once in just 1 second. Let's see, Carr at level 8. I don't really know what he's going. I have no idea what Razor is building. It just feels like the gold is not there for Thundercats. The gold lead almost 5k already for ST, and it just doesn't feel like Thundercats are getting anything out of their lanes. Like 30, almost 40, like 30 some odd CS ahead of the Medusa is Dragon Knight. It's absolutely insane. This game 3 is not looking good for the last season's champions, the Thundercats. Kessler gonna be, once he gets level 2, so level 3 Dragon Form is like the big one, but level 2 Dragon Form, giving him the cleave, will help him push the lanes even faster, and these towers could disappear. One lost team fight for Thundercats, and it could just turn into a lot of lost ground. And the map is already disappearing for them. The XP lead and the gold lead already pretty nicely in favor of ST. Razor just doesn't have anything coming out. He has an Aki Ring, and that's about it. Snarf trying to get a Lincoln Sphere, but it's so far away. ST, I'm surprised they're not putting on the pressure. They have that Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight, so they don't really need one on the Puck so badly. But maybe they just want level 11. It does take a while to get... I mean, that must be it. They must be wanting the rank 2 Dragon form. And Arcane Boots now finished on the Earth Spirit. Maybe you're going to go in Aether Lens this game. The item is super good on Aether Lens. Or sorry, Aether Lens is super good on Earth Spirit. I mean, they're basically the same thing. I'm a little bit, not drained, but kind of... I got my mind full. So sorry, guys. My casting is degrading in quality just a bit here. Saying some pretty dumb stuff, I would say. But now Snarf trying to farm up. There's still not any stacks in the jungle. That would be the fastest way for Thundercats to come back in this game. Would be stacking their Ancients, stacking these two camps especially. This is too dangerous to farm. These two camps they should always be stacked if you're Dire. I am a firm believer those camps should always be stacked. Uh-oh. Oh, the Dragon Form popped. It's still only rank 1. He is spotted out, though. They need to be careful for the blink forward. The Vex is jumping in, and now this is just tons of rotations, but that Lich Ball doing so much work. The charge, and man, these Thundercats heroes are disappearing. It's like they don't even exist. 3 heroes dead already. Check. Not sure you want to be here, buddy. Now he gets stunned up by the Supernova. Ribs on the way. No Magnetize, though. Is he going to be able to get him? But the mechanism to save the puck, and now Check draining so much damage. 217 damage drained, but the magic damage of the Phoenix. Is it going to be too much? Is he going to be able to stand and fight this? Great silence, and this Check doing so much damage now, but is it going to be enough? Dragon Knight almost negligible, but these stuns just so high, and that's 2 heroes for Check, but ultimately a 4-for-2 trade in favor of Esti. So great plays from both teams, but unfortunately just wasn't good enough from Thundercats. Check stole just so much damage, but it wasn't enough. Now they've got Snarf coming back in. They're going to try to defend, and all these 3 cores just so low once again. They just don't have the staying power. Their Medusa died way too quickly for that fight to really get going for the Thundercats. The Vexus, that mechanism just doing so much work. Thundercats don't have the damage to fight into it. They need one of their own, but it doesn't look like anyone on their team is close. A mech there for them could have turned the fight in their favor. I don't know. I think Madkus died instantly. I think he died and then respawned because he's only level 4. That's a huge problem. They don't have Finger of Death. And now Blink Dagger completed on the puck. So, man, this gold graph starting to just slip away from Thundercats, and with it, their hopes of winning this, with it, their hopes of repeating their championship title, the Ad2L entry division. Konami sitting off the side, has Dreamclaw already, is only level 9 though. This is a pretty underleveled puck. But man, look at the net worth of this Dragon Knight. He is 3k ahead of anyone on Thundercats. That is really not what they want to see right now, and Carwizzle just gonna get, oh, great Hex, just joining that. Tombstone committed, but it might be a little far forward, might get farmed up. The Lich Ball bouncing between the 2 heroes, and Madkus trying to TP to safety, but is that ball gonna bounce? And no, it's not, but Carwizzle will still go down, and Phoenix gets Lion. Actually, looks like he burned to death from the, maybe he didn't TP to Fountain, or even so, it might have been too much damage for him. He was hit by the Swoop and the Fire Spirit, so that was a lot of damage. Check is here now, trying to find something off the back foot, but not gonna find it. No return kills, and Snarf just farming up in the top lane, but nowhere near any substantial item. Uh-oh, and it looks like there could be a problem here, but no, this looks like just going to be the teams kind of looking at each other, flexing. Mech was committed, but it's not a huge problem. So Snarf trying to push this in, but Kessler has a, no blink for 1 second. Might blink forward to get a Dragon Tail, and yes, he does. Uh-oh. Nick Knight is there, but Snarf is very tanky. Has his ultimate if he needs it, but not going to have it for long. Needs to be careful. Charge is coming in. They may want to commit. They're pinging out the charge. They know that he's coming. They know that he's coming for Snarf too. And oh, great Dream Coil. A bit forward from Konami. The silence on the Undying. It can't help. Now Snarf is stunned up from the coil. No Lich Ball though, and no Dragon Knight ult either. Tombstone drop, but it's very far forward. Might go down very quickly, but now Ribs has arrived. The Earth Spirit, or the Spirit Breaker on the back, beating up the Lion, it looks like, and now Kessler going to go down. So a bad fight taken for Esti, and oh, Kessler on the run, not going to be able to get out of here. Still in so much damage, and a triple kill for Check. Getting a little far forward, and Esti fighting without their ultimates. That was a huge mistake. I mean, that's the fight. That's the kind of fight Thundercats need. It's a 3k gold swing in their favor. They're bringing the gold grab a little bit back down in their favor, and that just, it was Esti playing very greedy and pretty badly, if I'm being honest. They're a very ultimate-centric team. Dragon Knight without Dragon Form is not that scary, and I have to say the same about Lich. Lich without a Chain Frost is not the most threatening hero. So just Esti making a little bit far forward of a play, and that's a decent egg. I mean, it zones them out of the pushing, but it's probably only going to delay that tower kill. But now the ults are cooling down. Maybe they want to go for this. Dream Coil coming up. They don't have Supernova, but I think with the Chain Frost and Dream Coil, they should be okay. And man, they're going in deep. Ribs very low. Already basically dead. The great 3-man silence. Now there's no way they can get the Chain Frost or the Stone Gaze off, and 4 Thundercats heroes in the grave in seconds. Just Esti reaping the harvest here, and now this tier 1 tower going to be just Another trophy of theirs, and immediately taking that 3K away from that 3K that Thundercats got and bringing it back. This tier 2 tower could be in trouble. The backdoor protection is here, but with the Dragon Knight ult still pretty high duration, and man, all that armor, just he doesn't even care. They have fortification, but I think this tower will very likely go down anyway. And it's looking really bad. It's like last game, the carry of Thundercats just not far enough, just doesn't have enough. They weren't able to create enough space, and they weren't able to make enough space around the map. Because of that, they're falling behind. Kara sitting in the mid, and no item progression at all for these Thundercats heroes. I mean, Drum's finished, but Perseverance, Drum's Perseverance, and nothing on the other 3 heroes is not enough. There just isn't anything for Thundercats right now. They have no items. They have no real... They can't... And the worst part is they can't really take something like Roche. It would be great if they had stacks, but again, they don't. Their Medusa could farm up stacks, and they could try to kind of hold these fights, but if Esti just fight around their ults... I mean, we just saw what happened that last fight. This Thundercats heroes vanish into thin air. Feels like they're made of paper mache. Ignite, 20 seconds on that Lich Ball. Probably going to be going for an Ags next. Puck, it doesn't even matter when he goes next. You really just need to blink. And Car, oh no, gets spotted out. Dream Coil come in and just popped. A good silence, a good 3-man stun, but no way they can follow up off of that. They did use the Dream Coil, and they did use the Spirit Breaker ult, but those cooldowns aren't terribly long. They still have Dragon Knight ult and Chain Frost cooling down in 2 seconds. So they could, I think Esti could take another fight with ease. The Vexus, rank 2 ultimate, and going a Sacred Relic. He wants that Radiance, so that's a pretty cute build, and if he gets it quickly, and I think he will be, it could be devastating. The aura continues to go while his ult, and I mean, a lot of people think about the damage, but I think about that mischance. If you can't kill that egg, it's really rough to deal with that kind of hero. Uh-oh, Kessler hexed up, stunned, and this could be a good fight for Thundercats. Pop the finger, and now, but Kessler's so tanky, no mech for him, though. He is going to go down. All that damage stolen, 189, and that's only 1 hero so far, but the Magnetize and a good 2-man stun, but not quite enough. Are they going to be able to find anything else? The zombies are making chase, and there's a good static field and plasma field, and that's 2 heroes dead. 3 heroes for check. I mean, and it looks like a 5-man wipe. So ST not able to take that fight. I don't think... I mean, just getting far behind the tower, that's a gold swing if I've ever seen one. But great play from Ribs and the supports on Thundercats really making that fight possible. Stonegaze did a pretty good job, but good tombstone placement and just great support play. And overall from Thundercats, bringing that gold graph down again. This could be the play they need. Now we've suddenly got a game on our hands, guys. And Thundercats, they're trying to make the most of this. And Snarf just making the right play, farming. He knows he's so close to his Lincoln Sphere, and yeah, they're just gonna take that and go. Razor on 2K gold can complete his SNY if he wants it. Courier just delivered something to our Earth Spirit. That was his Blink Dagger. Lion also close to a blink. Car will have mech soon. Check has his SNY finally. It's a little bit late, but you know what they say, better late than never. And Thundercats just displayed that in the right circumstances, they can take fights just as easily as STFU. That was devastating. I almost don't understand what happened, but honestly, it was Check. I mean, Check, the drain he got, 189 damage, plus all of the amazing support play, great control coming out from Ribs, a good silence and an awesome stun, keeping that Dragon Knight locked in place. He couldn't jump, he couldn't stun anyone right away, and a good Stone Gaze, just setting up that fight. Like, it felt, and without, it just felt like the Puck and the Dragon Knight were stuck here, and Dream Coil popped, and that's a dead Ribs, but it's just an Earth Spirit, so they're probably not too anxious about it. But that last fight, just Puck and Dragon Knight were stuck here, the rest of the team here, and they got separated. Alright, so Madkiss, so close to that Blink Dagger, and that could actually change the face of this game. And like I said, Thundercats have real good late game, and now they've suddenly caught up in the net worth. Look at this gold graph after that last fight, it just plummeting in favor of Thundercats. This game is really close now. That's basically a 1-item difference. If we take a look at levels, the Razor, now the highest level hero in the game, Check, trying to redeem himself for his lackluster Lone Druid performance. Uh-oh, blink forward and check caught out. Are they going to be able to save him? He's very tanky, though. Look at this guy taking no damage. A good supernova. Is it going to be enough, though? Can they get the supernova in time? They have to get it. If that stun goes off, it's a disaster. But they do get the Phoenix, and now they look through the fight. Oh, man, what an awesome magnetizer and a good stun. Geomagnetic grip silencing up all these enemy heroes, and now McKnight going to go down, but it looks like Kessler, not Kessler, but Konomi should be able to walk away. I got a little flustered in that fight, but it was a 3-for-1 trade, definitely favoring Thundercats, and now these fights starting to go their way, and Snarf suddenly going to be the hero to watch for, but it just takes so long for them to bring down this Razor, and that's creating so much space for his team. I think Esti need to go for Roshan. Get Roshan, get it on your Dragon Knight, because as soon as the Dragon Knight dies, the fight is basically lost. Whereas the longer the game goes, it's like right now it's mostly the Razor doing work for Thundercats, and their supports. But as the game goes, eventually it'll all be this Medusa. All right, so Mechanism now finished on Carr. He's gonna be going Guardian Greaves, Lion, Blink Dagger. He just finished that very recently. So he has only 200 gold left. No Stone Gaze, no Flesh Golem. No Finger of Death. Oh, Finger of Death is ready, but it's only level 1 still. Not to say that it's not a lot of damage, and it's very good against the Dragon Knight. Alright, Mad Kiss. Let's see what ST got in store for us this time, guys. Eul Scepter coming out as Puck's next item. That's actually a pretty cool item on Puck, but after that, I would probably say I would want to see like a Hex, or our both team's gonna smoke up. They need to get that mech on Carr. Okay, they have it. Uh-oh. Charge on someone. It's charge on Ribs. If they kill this Earth Spirit before he can do anything, it could be a disaster. Tombstone committed. There's no Stone Gaze. Stone Gaze popped now. Swoop in, but the stun! He's not able to supernova right away to get silenced, but no, he's just able to make it. But is it too late? The damage has been done. They're able to bring down this, and uh-oh, McKnight trying to get the Tombstone, but too many zombies, and they fought without Kessler, and now he's on the run, but will they be able to catch him? His Blink Dagger's on cooldown. This could be bad. Oh, man. I mean, Ribs, you made a great play, but you gotta be careful. This Earth Spirit making all of the plays. Kick! No, just barely able to dodge, and now Kessler able to blink to safety, but man, the Thundercats MVP has got to be Ribs. This Earth Spirit has been making plays left and right. Thundercats, despite a really rough start, showing off why they were last season's champions, and now the net worth suddenly looks real worrisome. If you're STFU, they've got this teamfight combo, but suddenly the Thundercats heroes aren't dying inside it. And what do? If you lose your teamfight combo as STFU, what do you have? Your only right clicker is Dragon Knight, and he's not even that great at it yet. He's going in Eye of Scotty. Is that really he's gonna need his damage isn't enough? I mean, this Razor's tanky, this Medusa's tanky, and now they're able to survive the spell burst. Man, I just have to applaud Ribs for great play. He's going Veil of Discord as his next item, and Mask of Madness. Actually, Snarf has done this before. I'm not surprised. It's for him. It's either this or Yasha virtually every game, because it's a farming item basically, and I think he kind of wants the lifesteal. And Medusa's pretty good at using Mask because of the Mana Shield, but I would have preferred to see the Yasha to get a Manta so he could pop out of this Puck silence. I think that would have been a way better choice, but we'll see how it goes. He might get a Manta later in the game anyways, and now Madkiss, still only level 10. Once he gets level 11, that finger is going to be doing some real work, and the cooldown is going to be really scary, but I don't think the Eye of Scotty is enough for Kessler, especially with this Veil of Discord. Kessler needs a BKB as his next item, and honestly, I would almost say that everyone needs a BKB. Like, Ribs, if he gets a good Magnetize off with the Veil, followed by just really, and honestly, just that alone will just melt the heroes of ST. They are not, I mean, Dragon Knight is very tanky, but Puck, no. Lich, not at all. Spirit Breaker, yeah, but still. And this Phoenix, I mean, that was such a great kick. He just, unfortunately, the Vexus swooped into the kick and got his ult canceled. Might have got that off a little sooner and could have changed the pace of the fight, but I kind of doubt it. Thundercats really felt in control, and it just felt like Kessler wasn't at all in position to make anything of that. They were hoping for a quick pick on Ribs, but it didn't happen. The mech pop, the soul rip heal, just keeping him alive. So that last fight, definitely huge, but both teams could be looking towards the Roche pit. Snarf popping his Mask of Madness, not going to do anything with it yet. I think ST need Roche, and they need to put him on they need to put it on their Dragon Knight. He's their only real source of damage, and what looks like what was going to be a real fast Radiance was delayed by about 6 minutes on this Phoenix. He had the recipe since 22 minutes and just now finished it. So Thundercats, I mean, this could make a change, because now the miss chance will make it a lot harder to kill the egg. So this could make a pretty good difference. But we'll see. Snarf sitting on top of 1.4k gold. BKB has to be Dragon Knight's next item, and then after that, I honestly would like to see something like a Daedalus, like some kind of crit item. He needs to be tanky. He's just not, or sorry, he needs to do damage. He's tanky. He just doesn't do any damage. It just feels like now that the spell burst of Efiu has like really fallen off, kind of lost its luster, that Thundercats are taking these fights dominantly. The gold graph just plummeting in a matter of within 5 minutes. Now completely favoring Thundercats. XP, it's the same story, very heavily favoring Thundercats, which in just a 5-minute period, Esti have lost all of their lead, and Thundercats have found their rhythm, and 3k gold on this Razor. Could go BKB, could go Aghanim Scepter, could go, like, there's a lot of options for the Razors. Some of them like to go the Ags for the Ags Refresher for the pushing. Yeah, I think BKB, Assault Cuirass, Daedalus, like, those are the kind of, maybe even a Maelstrom. Blinking forward, Snarf just TP's the statement, but gonna pop his ult instead. Nope, he's on the run, and now they're here, but the Lich Ball going out. Are they gonna be able to get this? The Magnetize comes out in a huge 4-man silence. Is it gonna be enough? I don't think they can survive this. No Phoenix ult just now coming out. Kessler beefing up, but not doing any damage. Drained up 224 damage stolen from Check. 3 heroes already dead, only losing for the Undying, and Levexus needs to be carefully swooping away, but the roll in, catching him, but Rib's going to die. Levexus on the run, but will Snarf be able to chase him down? Lich dying in the backline. Will the right clicks be enough from Snarf? Is he able to do it? Yes, he is. A double kill for the Medusa. And another 5-man wipe. Esti just losing grip on this game. It's slipping away from them step by step, and Thundercats playing an outstanding series, finding themselves in a good position despite what looked like a terrible start to this game, losing both the bounty runes and losing all those lanes pretty hard. But now they've just found their rhythm, found their stride, in this Medusa, second in net worth, right behind her own Razor. That's not what they want to see. They don't scale nearly as well. Yasha on the way for Medusa. She'll be going a Manta Style, I assume. And BKB completed on this Razor. What can they do to him now? And once this Manta Style comes out from the Medusa, which is not that far off, what are they going to do to stop her? She can break out of the silence and pop that Stone Gaze. And the single target lockdown, the reliable lockdown, besides like Silences, Dream Coils, Dragon Tail, is very limited. And none of it goes through BKB. Like, Puck is going to need an Ag Scepter, and that is far off. And since they're not, and Puck farms very slowly, and since they're not winning these fights, it's real rough. So Thundercats coming in easy tier 1 tower, basically free gold at this stage of the game. Ribs going Aether Lens as his next item. I think he should have just disassembled into it, but that's okay. And Snarf has enough gold now for his Ultimate Orb. McKnight, he's playing his Lich, but not as well as he did last game. Got the Force Staff, though. And Konomi trying to find some farm, trying to find his way into this game. He needs to have a higher impact than this. And Levexus, who was doing great at the start, making tons of plays, and his eggs just seemed unkillable. Now, just not cutting it. So many Supernovas that were so close to the edge, so close to being these wonderful plays, just popped by Thundercats. They're really doing a great job dealing with these enemy heroes. And they outscale. Esti were hoping that the game would be just about... I think Esti were at least hoping to have 1 lane of racks by now. Uh-oh. This fight could be big. Thundercats know that they're there. But they don't want just the Lich. They want something tastier. They want something juicier. They're looking for bigger fish than this. Into the jungle they go. Can they find someone? If they don't find anyone, they could always backpedal to Roche. Uh-oh, Hex on the Vexus, no mana, but is he going to pop anyway? Do they get it? Mana drain, and now is the Finger of Death going to come out? He's stunned, he's silenced, is it enough? Is he going to pop Supernova? Yes, he does, but no Fire Spirits means just a very quick egg kill, and check, 175 damage stolen, and not quite able to stop that, but now Thundercats want to go high ground. They're ready. They know that without the Phoenix, and even if he did have buyback, he doesn't have egg, that there's no real way for ST to defend. I mean, honestly, ST's high ground defense is really reliant on this Phoenix. But Thundercats instead just going to make the safer play and go for the Roshan, get themselves that Aegis and Snarf. has his Manta Style on the courier, on the way. Let's see what everyone's got going for him here. Puck has no item progression. BKB almost completed on Kessler. Manta Style and Vlad's has been on Night Errant for a little while, but unfortunately I don't think it's enough. They're using the Razor ult, knowing that it's really not a long cooldown to try to pick down Roshan. Unfortunately, it does not target Ancients. I wonder if he's going to go like the AC or the Aghanim Scepter. Glimmer Cape finished on Lion. I think he's had it for just a little while now. Some Curry's probably bringing him wards or maybe another item. Smoke and wards. ST, if they can get their teamfight combo... honestly, at this point, even if they get their teamfight combo off, it's so hard for them. It's so hard. They don't have the right-click damage. Okay, we blow up the Razor. Sick. Medusa's going to tear you apart. Meanwhile, her support, the Earth Spirit's damage is that of a core. He's out DPSing the Phoenix in these fights. And this Radiance just doesn't feel like it's enough. He needs a Shiva's Guard desperately in order that attack speed's slow, and the active would be a little bit better, and I think Shiva should be his next item. And Snarf with Manta could go Butterfly, could go Scotty. I mean, the world is his metaphorical oyster. And same for Razor. He could go the Ags Refresher build, could go AC. I think, honestly, AC and Ags are probably his final two items. Maybe a Butterfly. Butterfly's not a bad choice either. But AC, definitely. AC is definitely his next item. And with Aegis on Snarf, can they really kill him? Aetherland's completed on his Earth Spirit. Oh, God. That's terrifying to behold. Those kick stuns are going to be real far. That's more than a screen away. This game 3, and now Thundercats could easily go up high ground, but they need to be careful. ST have all of their spells, but Thundercats, they've got the Aegis, so they can at least try to harass them a bit on high ground. Maybe force some commitment out. That laser melting away at the mana shield. If they want to go up high ground, they gotta place the tombstone like back here, so that it doesn't just get killed. We gotta see what's gonna happen. I mean, Snarf up the high ground. The Fire Spirit slow is going to make some kind of play. Kara needs to be careful. He could get bursted down very quickly. He's not nearly as tanky as this Medusa. The middle tower being pushed in by creeps, so maybe Thundercat's going to back off. If they want to do this, they have to go. They either have to go now or not at all. Honestly, I don't think they should go for this. This is an extraordinarily greedy and extremely dangerous play to make. Car standing in it. I think he should just grab it and just those decays on that 3-second cooldown, and then you can drop Tombstone earlier. So Thundercats maybe want to go for a pick off before they jump to the high ground. So Aghanims is going to be the next item for Car, and that 10 strike steal. The heroes of Esti just too squishy and not enough damage either. BKB on Kessler, but is it going to be enough? He could get right-clicked to death. There's 2 minutes left on this Aegis, and I think Thundercats should smoke and try to find someone farming the jungle. And then get a pick, and then you can go high ground. Especially if they find anyone, really. Like the Phoenix, again, any pick off is enough for them to go high ground. Looking, but they run the wrong way and aren't quite able to find their pick off that they were looking for. So Snarf, just look at the net worth, 2k ahead, and Razor tied with the Dragon Knight, and again, that's all they want to see. I think he needs an Assault Cuirass next, and then maybe like a Maelstrom just for attack speed and some damage. Maelstrom would be a good budget item for him to get to accelerate his farm, but otherwise I would just go kind of like some crit. He's really tanky. Just go the biggest, fattest damage item you can think of. Maybe Monkey King Bar, but I kind of don't like that. I think Snarf should get a Monkey King Bar at some point. Car, 2k gold from his Axe, would probably find himself sitting on top of it just real soon. And ST just stuck in their base, and this is where they don't want to be. Their draft doesn't want to be the team that's like, we're in our base now. They don't want to be playing from inside their base. They want to be where Thundercats are right now. And honestly, they want to have destroyed at least a lane of racks at this stage of the game with their draft. It's super early game centric. Whereas Thundercats with going the Ags on the Undying and just having Medusa, and if Razor goes like an AC and having Earth Spirit is great, and even Lion could go in Ags of his own, they scale really well. Razor ult committed just to farm, and that's not surprising. It's really not a big deal to do that. The ult isn't the biggest teamfight ult in the world. Man, those kicks. 3.7k gold on Medusa. Maybe they want to save for buyback. If they lose a fight, it could turn pretty quick, and this gold graph just continues to go down. Now 10k in favor of Thundercats. 5 minutes still Roche, and Aegis has just been reclaimed. So Thundercats going to be even more hesitant about going up high ground. And I think it's fair to say to be scared of high ground. There's SD have an amazing teamfight combo. I think a pipe should come out from someone, but I would rather see the Ags, so the Undying is more relevant in terms of damage, than the pipe, because I think they're tanky enough already. And then just get the pipe later so you can definitely break high ground. And Earth Spirit Ags will help break high ground, but the Thundercats need to not, like, they're not in a rush to win this game. They win if it goes ultra late. Like, Esti will not be able to kill this Medusa at all. No Ags in sight from Ignite. This Phoenix doesn't scale well. He's a mid-game dominator that's losing his grip, and the same is said for Puck. His burst damage, his burst combo isn't really that great in the late game. He's more of a control hero, and they were hoping to control enemies so that Dragon Knight could right-click them and they'd be trapped in the Phoenix burn, but that's not happening. It's just really looking grim for ST all of a sudden. What looked like a great start for them just completely flips on its head. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ribs not quite able to roll away Silence and going to be blown up instantly, but that is the DK ult. So for 108 seconds, or not quite that long, but once this time's out, SD cannot possibly fight. If Dragon Knight is in just human form, just not possible. It is impossible for them to fight without that. Alright, Snarf, let's see. He's going, I have Scotty, yeah, Scotty is his next item. Is a fight gonna break out here? Do they want this? Oh man, look at that, killing that town portal scroll, rip everything. If they spot Snarf, it could be bad. They're gonna blink forward, and the Dragon Tail gets stopped by that Medusa Lincoln Sphere. Not able to pop his ult though. The Lich Ball bouncing off to the side, but it does bounce to zombies, and now Stone Gaze is popped, but it looks like a really bad fight for Thundercats too, already down, fighting without their spirit. The Phoenix ult does get to go off, but Check is actually very healthy, dealing 91 damage, so a lot of damage on his end. He's going hard, but Kessler is very tanky. Look at all this armor. Oh, Konomi not able to run away, and a great kick to stun him up, and will they be able to get Kessler? He's very beefy. They're gonna maybe get him. Let's see. They're closing in, and he does blink to safety, but it looks like Knight Errant won't be so lucky. So it was a 1-for-2 trade, and they just kick pop him, and that's a kill for Check. So Check just too tanky to bring down. But fortunately, this Dragon Knight, similar story. No finger was committed either, and the gem stays on the side of Thundercats, I believe. Yeah, it was picked up by the Undying, who now just about has his Aghanim Scepter, and 2 minutes till Roche. Thundercats won't get high ground off this or anything. After Scotty, Snarf will probably find himself, I think he'll go Butterfly, and yeah, the AC now completed on the Razor. That was the most natural item for him to buy. Ribs, Ags is probably his next, is the most natural item. If they can force a buyback, and I kind of doubt it, but maybe the AC's not even there yet. But now Scotty and AC completed, but no buyback on Snarf, so they're going to want to be real careful with that. Thundercats probably want to wait till next Aegis, because they could easily throw. And it just feels like ST just doesn't do enough right now in this game. Look at this net worth graph. It's 10k in favor of Thundercats, which is by no means insurmountable. But due to the nature of the drafts, it doesn't feel like it's enough. I mean, Thundercats knew going into this game their early game was a lot weaker than ST, and ST just dominated the first few minutes of this game. The first 20 minutes of this game belonged to ST, but they didn't make enough out of it. And now, Thundercats are winning every team fight very handily. They can't bring down the Medusa, they can't bring down the Razor, both just way too tanky. Roshan up, not for another minute. I think Thundercats should honestly just sit the courier here. They know it's got to be respawning in the next few minutes. Like 3 minutes tops, I think, is the max respawn, and then go get it. Because the Aegis on your Medusa will let them win the game. She can just drop Mask of Madness or Accurate Read for it. Uh-oh. McKnight gone in a heartbeat. Konomi just gonna walk back. They don't know he's there, I don't think. So Kara, man, so close to that Ags, and I know it's late, but that actually, the 10 strength steal, it doesn't matter what stage of the game it is. This Puck has not that much strength, and neither does Lich. These supports especially. I mean, losing 10 strength is losing 190 additional hit points, and it makes him even tankier. Roshan has respawned and they know it's up. Madcus scouts it out. It's gonna be a pretty quick, pretty easy Rosh for Thundercats. If Esti got like a Chain Frost into like a crazy, ridiculous combo, it would have been fine. Like it would have happened for them. But that's really right now is their opportunity. They have to get like Chain Frost into Dream Coil, into just the Dragon Knight, just getting some good right clicks, into the Supernova, onto the high ground. Like, the Supernova has to be, like, up here. But it's not going to happen. And, yeah, this is going to be a quick Aegis, and it's going to be going the way of Snarf. And, oh, they're on the way. Here's the Chain Frost. Here's the combo I was talking about. There it goes. I mean, look at Ribs just disappears before he can pop his ult. Undying going to be joining him soon. Medusa pop the ult. Not quite able to get the Supernova, though. They're stunned up. Check. Rosh isn't dead yet. This could be the game. This could turn everything. Snarf gets the Aegis, though. He's so beefy, but can he 1v5? Look at this, though. I mean, look at him. He's so tanky, and the Tombstone's still alive. But Kessler also very tanky. The Radiance Burn. That Mischance doing so much work. They need Check to buy back. Check has to come back. They gotta kill this Tombstone right now, though. These zombies are doing so much work. They need to be careful. Madcus trying to lurk on the sides. And uh-oh, Kessler could be going down, and they need to buy back someone. They need to buy back Razor too. Where's your team, Snarf? You're so tanky, but it's not gonna be enough. Oh god, maybe it is. Look at them. Look at him go. He's just basically 1v5ing. The Dragon Tail comes out, but Madcus, he's stoned for right now. Uh-oh, man. It was a great fight for ST. But Snarf just snatching that egg at the last possible second and still heavily favors them. And exactly the combo that they needed to go off went off in terms of STFU. But that Medusa, it feels too late. She was by herself. Check, who could have bought back and maybe forced them not to retreat, didn't even have to. Snarf just sat there in the pit basically by himself. Even before Madcus got there, he was winning 1v5. They could not handle him. And now it looks like MKB is going to be his next item. Very natural pickup on the Medusa, but what do they do? If it weren't for, honestly, if it weren't for that Radiance Mischance, he probably would have got more than just the one kill. Just incredible performance from Snarf, who is just Snarf and Ribs. Honestly, all of Thundercats have really recovered nicely in the face of what was a terrible start. The gold graph did go up 2k in favor of ST though, but I don't know. I just feel like it's too late. They can only get that combo off so many times and under so many circumstances. Let's check buyback status, and Medusa does not have it, and that's okay. We'll have it kind of soon. I don't even think he's going to die with his team there. Check has it, did not have to use it last fight. Kessler has it, Puck has it, but no one else has it. So the buybacks are looking pretty sporadic, and if Thundercats get a good fight, and honestly, if Ribs had not died, if Ribs had gotten to do anything, the fight would have just ended. It would have been completely over. And we've seen that happen. I mean, the Tombstone though did so much work. But a good Supernova, unfortunately for Thundercats, they were unable to bring it down in the pit before it popped, and that did cause some serious problems for them. And Check died just so very quickly. But again, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. There's still a bit above 10k in favor of Thundercats. And the heroes just don't scale that well. But a Scythe will be coming out soon for the Puck. He's only 200 gold away, but it feels really late. And Ag's now completed. This could be a very big item. And let's see what Earth Spirit's going for. He's also going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter, but probably saving for buyback too. So this series got flopped on its head, and now Thundercats pretty firmly in the driver's seat. But they do have to be careful not to get caught. I think, honestly, the only place that kind of thing happens is in the Roche pit. It doesn't feel like there's anywhere else on the map where that kind of... It would kind of like, you know, the stars aligned perfectly for ST, just the position of Thundercats heroes, and the location of the fight was just perfect for them. It was very conducive to ST's kind of strategy and kind of their team comp, but everywhere else on the map definitely favors Thundercats, who can spread out pretty nicely in these fights. Puck sees Madkiss, but I don't think anything's going to come of that. Snarf using his illusions to push forward into to push the enemy creep wave in. Snarf will be completing his MKB very soon. See if there's any more information that I can take a quick look at. So towers are very even, although a T2 tower still stands for the Thundercats in the bot lane. Data list now completed on the Kessler, but he's not going to buy it till he gets buyback. If he buys it without buyback, it could be very, very bad. And these creep waves just can't push. Just the illusions by themselves are enough. And now Snarf standing up here. He's not really afraid, especially with the supports he's got on his team backing him up. But with the Scythe, they could find enough lockdown on this Medusa or this Razor to bring them down. But still an 8-second BKB on check. He's done a great job not using his BKB charges willy-nilly. And now that could play a big impact. If they're not able to lock him down and he drains enough damage like he has been in these fights, especially off the Dragon Knight, then it could be devastating. I mean, we saw how these fights turn out when the Dragon Knight gets drained. And we've seen Check deal over 200 damage before. Sitting on 4.2k, very possibly going to go the Ags, but I think he does want to save for buyback. I think Ags is... I would like Ags the most, maybe Butterfly. Ags or Butterfly are really the only two items I can think of for Check, and AC is definitely the next item for this Dragon Knight. Thundercats, do they want to push without Aegis? We might find ourselves sitting around without an Aegis, or without any action till the next Aegis comes up. But this DD rune maybe prompts Thundercats. Maybe they see it and think, alright, we got a DD'd Medusa, let's go. But let's see, I mean, I think a lot of it is on the support play of both teams. If they can kill this Earth Spirit before he's able to do anything, and if the Spirit Breaker can be disruptive in the backline, I don't like this that much, but I guess it's okay. I really don't like that much. But I guess kill waves faster, and the damage, all the damage that's going to be happening will proc the Maelstrom a lot. But now he has no buyback. If he was buying out, I would like to see the Ags, because then they could just kill towers with the ult going. And this, I mean, this Medusa is going to be hitting ridiculously hard. But the attack speed isn't bad on the Razor. Is this where Thundercats make their move? Are they going to be finally trying to find this next fight? It's just tense now. There's good wave clear on Esti. I mean, just the Puck by himself, honestly. And even yeah, I don't think that's good use of your Mjolnir. This creep wave will not survive very long. Thundercats, all the other lanes are shoved for them. So, well, this one looks like it's not going to be for long. But the mid, they have like 4 ranged creeps. Snarf going up the high ground, jumping in on Kessler. Needs to be careful. They're trying to force the fortification, I think, and they just might. I mean, the damage that's coming out is very, very good. I think you have Razor stand on high ground with his BKB and just attack. With a creep wave, not by himself, of course. 3.1k on Snarf. He does have buyback available. Check does not, but we've seen Snarf by himself more than capable of that. And yeah, this is how they're gonna break this high ground. And the Tombstone and the Spirit Breaker ult, Lich Ball bouncing all over the place. Finger of Death, the Spirit Breaker dead, but immediately buys back. Phoenix already gone, no buyback, didn't get Supernova, and now no Kessler. He has buyback though. He's coming back, but without the Phoenix, are they going to be able to do this? And now Ribs in serious trouble. He will be going down. Does not have buyback, but I don't think his team needs it. Without fortification, fortification is available, but oh man, Puck dead without buyback. This could be the end. What was a great game from both teams, but is it going to be enough? No, Kessler too tanky and a good charge to stop that, and that bot rank's going to be going down, and Thundercats could very easily, without any issues whatsoever, push up. Unfortunately for ST, the creep wave is coming in, especially on the mid lane. Buyback from the Earth Spirit. He's gonna be rolling out now. And this looks like it could, if it's not GG, it's at least another lane of racks. So Thundercats breaking up the high ground in a spectacular fashion, just dominating Esti. Unfortunately, no buyback on their Phoenix, and thanks to the Earth Spirit and the Lion, the Phoenix wasn't able to do anything. He blew up before able to cast any spells, and even the Puck Dream Coil wasn't able to come out. Actually, I believe Dream Coil did come out, it just was off cooldown during his death. And Earth Spirit jumping forward, kicking back one enemy, and uh-oh, Kessler, that's not the hero they need to have back. He's losing so much damage so fast, and with him down, it's GG, I'm almost positive, and all these heroes just dissolving into thin air, it feels like. The Phoenix ult coming, but Kessler just able to survive, and now the Phoenix is gone, and mega creeps for Thundercats. Esti could theoretically survive, but would they be able to push in and win off of this? I don't think so. And a great Dream Coil, but a good stun too, and now Konomi's gonna go down, no buyback still, and Kessler dead without buyback. That is definitely GG, and good game called from STFU. What looked like a fantastic start for STFU turns around, and Thundercats able to continue their trek through the Ad2L playoffs, Season 10 playoffs. And if they play like this the rest of this tournament, they may find themselves back at the top in the grand finals, but there are plenty of other strong teams gunning for them, and STFU had a great playoff run. Unfortunate that they are eliminated here, and just weren't able to make enough happen in the early game. It was a spectacular, it looked like ST had it in the first 20 minutes of the game, but weren't able to make enough. They weren't able to break high ground. They didn't get Roche, and lost it. And unfortunately for them, they are now eliminated. So congratulations to Thundercats, last season's champions, finding themselves back in the championship running. It looked rough at the start, but proved why they were last season's champions, and now we get to see them continue forward in this tournament. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope to catch you guys again soon. I will be casting more of this, or at least I hope I will be. And once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and congratulations for Thundercats taking the series 2-1 in what was a spectacular best-of-3 series and an amazing end to this match. So this is Nefarious signing off. If you guys enjoyed my cast, please, would you mind following me on Twitch and Twitter? You'll be able to see me casting when I'm not just casting on Twitch. And I cast as often as I can. I will be casting a lot this weekend, I think. So if you guys would like to tune into some of my other casts, again, you can find them. Every single cast is posted on Twitter, because I cast on some channels, not my own. So thanks again, and congratulations to Thundercats one final time.